yeah, 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 yeah. Yo, what's up, YouTube? We back with another video. Today we're gonna be reacting to love spells gone wrong and magic and shit. Hey, I personally, I don't really everything. When you really look at it, a lot of things are considered magic in our everyday life that you're not aware of. But when you set an intention, that's what really makes magic powerful, or magic. You feel me? And these are stories of people who set those intentions and got licked back. This is from Luna Nova. She basically put all these videos together and shit like that from different stories.
Imagine doing a love spell on somebody and then it all comes back to destroy you. You see my face, so you know I'm back with another spooky story. Someone submitted this story and told me it was about their cousin. We're gonna call her cousin Linda. So Linda met this guy, we're gonna call him Dodo, at work. Linda went from literally barely caring about being at work until Dodo joined the team. Dodo would bring this sense of excitement to work, where Linda was just looking forward to going to work because at least Dodo was gonna be there. So Linda and Dodo would go on to build this friendship, and they were inseparable. They spent a lot of times together at work and outside of work. So Linda really got to know the ins and outs of Dodo. And when they would spend all these times together, it would get late. And sometimes Linda just wouldn't feel safe to go home, so she would just stay the night. So while getting to know him, Linda admitted to having feelings for Dodo. But no one knew if Dodo felt the same because Linda decided to not disclose that information. And of course, knowing the ins and outs, she knew that Dodo already had a couple of options anyway. But according to Dodo, those women were just sexual relationships. Fast forward one day, Dodo's grandfather unfortunately abruptly passes away. And to help Dodo get his mind off of things, Linda, being the best friend that she was, so to take his mind off things, they decided to go out to a bar. They got drunk and came back home. While they were home and Linda was consoling him, one thing led to another and they did the boom, boom, boom. Now, Linda. Anyway, so the next day they woke up, they didn't really talk about it. Linda proceeded on being there for Dodo throughout his entire grief period. And throughout the period of him grieving, they did not hook up again. However, Linda's feelings grew. One day, Linda finally said, you know what, I'm done hiding these feelings. So she confesses her feelings to Dodo, and Dodo actually felt the same. Dodo actually admitted to being in love with her, and he was just scared of ruining their friendship. So they would go on and have this flirty-esque friendship. They were basically best friends by day and doing the boom, 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 making the bed rock by night. Everything was great until Linda was like, when are we gonna be together? We've been doing this cute bestie cat and mouse type of game for a while now, with T. And every single time that conversation will come up, it seems like there was always a blockage on his end. Linda was ready to be a girlfriend. Shit, Linda was ready to be a wife today. But there was a blockage for him. So Linda thought, since her family is already privy with voodoo, she might as well exercise what she actually knows and just basically give him a little kick to make him see her as, a potential mate. So she did what any reasonable person would do and fed him a voodoo pasta. And that was just step one.
No!
Sheriff, this is no time to panic.
She hit that nigga with the Perry Getty, gang. She hit that nigga with the Perry Getty, bro. The Perry Spaghetti, gang. Period blood. Oh, no. My nigga, damn.
Emotional damage.
I don't know how you recover from that shit. How do you undo that shit when you feeding it to somebody? Like, a little, no.
Because she likes to go big or go home, she admitted to also giving him a potion. And the man was head over heels. He was so head over heels that he forgot.
You already gave him the Perry Getty, bro. You already gave him the Perry Getty, a potion too. Damn, my nigga, relax. You couldn't even let the first shit sit in, my nigga. Damn. Damn, that bitch needs spiritual
about
jail.
everybody in his life. That is until his family got involved. His family, knowing that something wasn't right, got involved and decided that they were going to bust him out of this relationship. So one day they got him. All that Linda knew was that she came home one day and that this man disappeared for months. And she had no idea what happened to him or even where to find him. Until one day, being the desperate girl that she is, when suddenly in storms an angry Dodo. To backtrack, when Dodo's family got him, they uncovered the truth about what his girlfriend was doing to him. They took him out.
They probably took him to like some spiritual advisor or some shit, or some voodoo lady or some shit.
Of whatever she put him under. When he came back to realize, as much as he tried to ignore the urge, he just had to see her. So he would storm to her house, kick her door down, notices that she was sitting right there, Linda being excited that he came back, but also automatically noticing that his demeanor was different. He beat Linda so bad that Linda suffered such serious surgeries. She has lost all her teeth, dislocated her jaw, broke.
I was gonna say I probably would have did the same thing. Wish I was like as a joke type shit, but damn, that nigga beat the fuck out of her.
Two of her limbs. And he attempted to set her house on fire. And she escaped by literally just a hair. One of her neighbors heard the screaming, saw Dodo running out of that house, and ran inside to her rescue. Till this day, she has chronic pain and she is still suffering the consequences of that love spell. That was a submission.
Again, that rhymes with JoJo. You can't be doing that.
Before you do that love spell.
Now, if
His
you
name
are
probably
wanting to do a love
JoJo.
spell to help build your confidence in yourself, for self-love, for beauty, for those different types of reasons, or even if you decide you want to do a love spell with a partner, that's fine too.
No, it's fucking not. Don't listen. Don't do no love spells. Don't do that shit. Let that shit build naturally. Don't do no love spells.
She wanted him to stop messing with this other woman.
Wait, what?
So I had this woman reach out to me because she wanted me to bind her man to her because she wanted him to stop messing with this other woman. I don't do that.
Thank you. Don't do that. If you have the spiritual knowledge and someone's asking you to do a love spell for them, don't do it. Cause you know better, bro. You know, just oh my god.
Aside from the obvious reason why you should not do a binding ritual like that, the person could become obsessed with you, and now you're bound to this person because of your own desire. They could become obsessed. They could become abusive. It can just get completely out of hand and become an unhealthy situation. And think about this. If you feel like you want to bind a person to you for a situation similar to this,
bro. Just ask
you're
them out,
essentially
bro.
blocking your own blessing.
Oh God,
if
bro.
you have bound this person who clearly is not for you, because if they were for you, then they would be with you, for you, without you having to do any binding work. You're keeping yourself blocked off from actually allowing true love to come in. If this person is in your space and in your energy and they're bound to you, the person who is really for you has no space to come in. So think about that before you do some binding work.
Now, my fellow practitioner was absolutely correct. You do not want to do binding work. Also, letting you know of.
Never carelessly ask a practitioner for binding work, because some of them will gladly take your money and won't help you if things go south. And to them, your time is coming. Your time is coming. For those practitioners, your time is coming. I've said it before, gang. Your time is coming. You know better. Your time is coming. Trust this, gang. Because you can't be doing that shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, money? Just for money? Like, you need it that much, gang? You ruining people's lives for money?
Disappointed!
Front, not to play with this shit, and you did it anyway. But as I was saying, 8 times out of 10, I will refuse to do binding work for people because they do not really want to be binded to someone. They usually just want to try to keep that person around as a placeholder. And I don't believe in playing with anybody's feelings or spirits. And I don't want that karma personally.
Exactly. Thank you. That's all I had to hear from you.
So let's say John Doe is doing a love spell on you, right? You have no desire to be with John Doe whatsoever. So you utilize your free will to go on about your life, and the spell backfires. Well, let's say in the ritual, John Doe is saying, Sage only thinks about me. So what will happen is that John Doe is only going to think about Sage. You get what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing. This is where ego comes in with a lot of practitioners. They feel like because they know these rituals and they consider themselves to be witches, that they are more powerful than the people that they are working on. Hoodoo is so ingrained and intertwined in the Black community that so many of our elders practice it without calling it that. So when people throw things out there like, oh, I'm going to hex you because you made me mad, or I'm going to make somebody love me, they literally do not know who they're dealing with. You don't know who those people's ancestors are and how protected they actually are just because they don't consider themselves to be witches or practitioners.
One of the most common signs of a backfired love spell is the fact that you cannot stop thinking about them.
Fact. I want to talk about a time where somebody did a love spell on me. I done had a couple love spells put on me, but this time it was so intense. People don't really talk about like what actually happens when you have a love spell on you, how you feel, and how do you know when a love spell is put on you, right? So my ex had put a love spell on me, and she had, you know, not a yellow, but
just vibes, man. Just vibe. Like, you feel me? Like, if you already dating a person, why you gotta put a love spell on them, my nigga? Just vibe. Like, damn.
So she took my hair, put it
Oh, hell no.
in a candle. She like carved my name and her name in a candle.
Hell no.
And when she was doing it, she was saying that she was doing it because she wanted to make our connection, you know, solid and strong. At this time, I didn't know nothing about like love spells or like nothing like that. So I was just taking her word for it like that. Like, I'm weird. I'm doing whatever you want to do type, you know?
No.
Later down the road, when I had got a reading, they informed me that she put a love spell on me, right? So what made me actually get the reading was because how I was feeling. You know what I mean? Like, when you know yourself, you know, and my discernment is top tier.
No bad.
So I just knew I was just off. Like, I was thinking about this person 24/7. Like,
the fact, like when you know, like, that's how you know you really have that connection, gang.
Car they drove, I would see it all the time. I would have dreams every night of this person, and I'm not over exaggerating. Every night, like clockwork, and I would wake up like, something not right. Like, I would call my sister like, I'm thinking about this person too much. And like, if you know me, you know I'm not the obsessive type. Like, I'm just not that type. So like, I just knew something was off. Like, it was just odd. Like, every second of the day, I'm thinking about you. I'm hearing your name. I'm seeing your car. It was just like something was off. When you know, you know. So I'm like, I gotta like find somebody to give me a reading because something's not right. And lo and behold, the reader said they put a love spell on you and put me in the honey jar. But yeah, like, I just felt weird. Like, I just felt like I wasn't myself. Like, it was to the point where like I was obsessing over this person, and like I was obsessively thinking of him. I wanted to be around him all the time, and I'm not even like that. That's not even my personality. Like, if you know me, you know, like, I'm mad nonchalant. Like, yeah, I can get clingy, but I'm not obsessive. So I became obsessive, and it just wasn't, I didn't feel myself. Like, some of the thoughts that I was having weren't my thoughts because I don't think like that. So like, when you know who you are and you're aware of who you are and you know something off, get a reading or just
meditate.
Do some research on like why I'm thinking about this person. Why do I feel like this? Like I was doing that. Like, I was just OD on just thinking about.
Meditate. You can meditate and ask yourself those questions. They will be revealed to you same way.
What I could do to figure out what's going on with me. And I had to get a reading. And what I thought got confirmed because I knew something was put on me. I just didn't know it was a love spell and a honey jar. But yeah, you know, I did my little reversals and I got it off. And that was just one time that it happened to me, but then it happened to me again. And I was actually prepared this time because I already knew what I was dealing with the last time. So I knew what to look for. I knew like the signs and everything. But long story short, I really don't condone when people be trying to take others' free will. Like, if somebody want to be with you, let them be with you. They want to obsess over you, let them obsess over you.
That's all it is, bro. Like, bro, females out there, don't be doing this shit, gang. It's wrong. It's morally wrong. Let it happen naturally, bro. And the females for you, the females who be doing that Perry Getty shit, how do you even come, like, how do you bring it, like bro, how do you have it in you to do some shit like that, bro? How?
Oh my God, I just got a mental picture!
On their own. You trying to conjure up magic, kitchen magic, whatever, candle magic, whatever the case may be, that's not cool. Like, I think that's weird. I think people like that need to, like, be locked away. That's just my preference. Like, that's just my opinion.
You need their
because
powers
like
cooking.
It gives like you're insecure. It gives you don't love yourself enough to even feel like somebody can love you authentically. You gotta go burn a candle or do some honey jar magic or put somebody's hair in a jar or on a candle or just a little like that. I think it's weird, to be honest. But you know, y'all gonna do what y'all do.
Years ago, this is how I know how crazy that shit would make you.
Damn, niggas be doing it too.
This is how I know how crazy that shit would make you. Because when I first started, I didn't know. When I first started doing work, I didn't know how this thing would manifest. It was somebody that put me onto it. And I remember the first time I did a love spell, that shit backfired on me. And when that shit hit me, oh my God, that shit was like, I was obsessed. Like, I felt like I was gonna die if I didn't call my ex. Like, I'll be on the phone. Like, I'll say I'm not gonna call her. And the batch that the person gave me was like fucked up. They gave me the combination, dude, or whatever recipe.
I'm telling you, the practitioners who be helping people with this shit, they fucked up. They just as fucked up. They are just as fucked up, my nigga. Cause why? You just as fucked up.
I would be shaking, jittering. Like,
your time is coming.
I gotta call her. And here I go. I'm not gonna call her. I'm fine. And that's worse. I gotta call her. Okay. Hey, how are you doing? How you doing? Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll just call and check on you to see how you doing. Right? And she'd hang the phone up. And I'd be like, okay. She'd hang the phone up. It's normal. And then seconds later, I'd be calling back her like, yeah, how are you? Listen, I'm sorry. I just called to say, you know, how I am doing and just want to check on you. How you doing? And, you know, she didn't get a phone up. Oh my God. I called the dude up that put me on to this. I said, bro, I'm going fucking crazy. I can't shake this.
It's a nigga who put you onto this? So niggas is doing this shit too? I didn't know niggas was doing this shit like that. I thought it was just the females doing this shit.
He starts laughing on the phone like,
imagine, bro. You don't know. You're completely unknowledgeable about this type of shit, and someone gives you a spell to do on someone you like because you asked them, or whether you asked them or they just referred it or some shit. And you tell them about the shit that how it has you feeling, and they start laughing at you, gang. See me, I'm crashing out. I'm playing, but shit, I don't know.
Because it happened to him.
Oh, it happened to him.
That batch of whatever he gave me. And it happened to him.
No.
What he had to do was
I don't give a fuck. It's not about the batch. Maybe it is. Maybe I don't know too much. I don't really know that much. I just know what I know or what I've seen, what I've experienced. You feel me? A little bit of what I heard too, but mostly what I've experienced as well. But it's really like depends on. I feel like it depends on like the energy. I don't know.
Lindsay to get it off, but it was longer than just a couple of calls. Because the thing was, I think I had to go through this thing for 3 days, 2 days. It's just a feeling that comes over you, bro. I tell you, you feel like literally you're gonna die if you don't speak to the person. And it's almost like when it gets a hold of you, it's almost like you literally feel like you're gonna die if you don't speak to the person. Because it's like a butterfly feeling that comes over you. It's like a butterflies, and it's like this grief that comes over that drives you fucking insane.
Shit. I would say when I was like 14, 15 is when I really started to learn about that type of stuff. Not really, but like I learned about knowledge of self and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I started meditating and shit. I'm gonna do a video on how I started meditating, how it helped change my life, how it helped me in lots of ways. It saved my life. But bro, I would see like I wasn't really too knowledgeable about this shit. And I'm just glad that shit. I don't know. I don't think I would ever like do some shit like that though. I would like that shit.
Did you read that?
Up.
Go back
I
and
didn't read that. What did that say? Priestess story time. POV. The time I had a reading with a client who did several love spells, Google and / practitioner without ethics, on a married guy that she was sleeping with. The wife found out because he had started talking to her mistress and about her in his sleep.
I just can't do it, Captain. I don't have the power.
Sleep and shit. One day, by a freak accident, her client brake line and steering went out. She is now in a wheelchair, and he stayed with his wife after he immediately cut her off after the wife went with him to visit her in the
What?
In the hospital. Shit, well, the wife, she definitely
Did you read that?
Nigga life.
Go back and read it if you didn't. But this is what I be telling people, especially when I used to coach and work mostly with baby witches and people trying to figure this whole like spell work shit out. That's outside.
Witches community gang. Why can't we put this much energy into helping each other, my nigga? You know, like, damn, bro.
Out of a practice, what the why behind what you're doing matters. Okay,
Yeah,
yes, intention is necessary, and what you're doing. First of all, just don't do the love magic. But one, it's the whole free will thing. If you are against that, fine. But the ethics, okay, the ethics.
I don't really know
because whatever you do, you're going to get back.
Yeah.
Whatever you put out is going to
come back.
Your input is your output, okay? And I'll be saying this, and motherfuckers don't hear it until karma comes in and steps on your fucking neck. Don't be like this person. Be smarter than that. And stop messing with these married folks. Leave these people's husbands and wives.
Like, bro, if you see the nigga got a girl, even if the nigga is trying to talk to you on some shit, even if he's trying to fuck with you, bro, leave that nigga alone. Like, how would you feel if you had a nigga, bro, and someone was forcing themselves onto him? How would you feel? That's weird.
It's alone. And that might sound a little hypocritical, as I'm just telling my twin flame journey. My twin flame was with somebody who was married, but I also didn't do anything with him. I didn't cross that line.
Okay. Boom. Boom.
I was like,
no.
I, at that time, wanted to be with him and wanted to figure that shit out. But I also was like, consciously, ethically, karmically, don't want anything to do with that. So I'm gonna leave this alone. Probably missed out on some good things, but I left it alone. And you should too. If you want to do love magic, do it on yourself. Do it not for a specific person, but for a particular person. As in, like, this is the type of person I want to bring in my life, and here's what I'm willing to do for myself to get it. And going back to the whole input-output thing. What goes around comes around. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Karma, 3 times rule. It's all the same shit. Whatever you put out, you're going to get back. You're putting out positivity, uplifting, high vibes, love, you're going to get it back.
Fact.
If you are going here to try to steal this man away from his motherfucking wife and to fuck their relationship up, guess what the fuck is going to happen? Your shit going to get rocked too. That's just why. The why and what you do matters. Why are you doing this?
Really
don't do
ask
any spell
yourself.
anything.
Like, yo, a lot of things would be avoided. A lot of bad situations would be avoided if like this, like other things too. If you really just ask yourself, why am I doing this? Ask yourself. Breathe in, breathe out, and ask yourself.
In the heat of passion or emotions, because you're not thinking logically, you're gonna get yourself fucked up. As simple as that.
Supposed to be win, so wins. I got out.
Froze my period blood and made it into a popsicle for him. Bitch.
What an untrustworthy, backstabbing son of a bitch you are.
I made this shit up. I speak from experience. My boyfriend did this and her husband. My best friend did this and her husband killed her. Bro, what the fuck, bro?
Supposed to be win, so wins. I got out for Fab her friend.
Oh my God. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass.
Looking like the devil himself. You need some help.
And she's motherfucking posted this shit like it's funny, bro. Oh my God, nigga. What the fuck?
Don't cheat on me again. I get out my.
I'm hoping that this video is a prank, like a joke.
Me too.
But for those of you baby witches that are gonna look at this video and think
laugh and think it's funny. Oh my God, clock that.
Ho, brother, whoa. Now you got too much dip on your chip.
My man, let me inform you of a few things. Blood magic is nothing to fuck around with.
It's not, bro.
That person, male or female, whoever you like, is going to become so obsessed with you. You won't be able to go around your family, your friends, nobody. They won't let you leave. It'll be all about them. They will follow your every move, including to the motherfucking bathroom.
Scary, bro. It's scary, bro. Dead ass, bro. Like, this shit's really scary. I'm not scared, but it's scary, bro. What if I get comfortable with a girl and she feels like cooking me some shit? Like, bro, she feels like making, bro. And, bro, it be the spiritual girls, too, that be claiming they spiritual and shit. Wicked to blood clot, dog. Wicked. Fucking wicked, dog. It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
You should not use your own bodily fluids in spell work if you don't know what you're doing. Especially.
Don't do it, period. If you know what you're doing, if you don't do it, period. Don't put the period in the period, my nigga. The authority matters too.
So you guys, I want to come on here and tell y'all about the time that I, when I first got into spirituality, thinking shit was all fun and games, I did a freaking love spell. Okay. So I told you guys that I pretty much started my spirituality back in 2021. This is when I started researching stuff. I became heavy in the mystical.
2020, 2021. That's when a lot of people really started to get into that shit.
Like that. And I also had a dream about my twin flame merging with my soul, which is another video for another time. That's a whole different thing. But anybody that understands that kind of concept understands that you go through a process and you need to meet your karmic before you meet your twin. So in this instance, I mistaked my karmic for my twin flame. So I was overly kind of invested into this man. So, we were, sleeping together, talking, dating, whatever, for 3-4 months, probably even a year at this point. I was so back and forth with him.
That's a relationship gang. No, I don't like when people be saying talking And if you sleeping together with someone, it's like, bro, that's a relationship game. I don't know. It's well, even if it's not a relationship.
Was pretty much the runner, okay? But you know, I was so back and forth with him to the point where, you know, years go past and, you know, he stopped having interest in me.
Mm-hmm.
So me picking up on that, I pretty much was like, you know what, I'm going to do a love spell, which
okay, she probably learned from this, but that's fucked up. Like if you showing mixed signals to a nigga and then he loses interest, so now you feel like you obligated to put a love spell on him. That's fucked up.
Which involved a honey jar and my so
Nah. You
weird, buddy. You're weird.
I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna let you slide, but no. Hell nah. I don't give a fuck how long ago this was. My nigga, are you serious? Even if, bro, who, like someone who thinks, who has fucking sense, who's just not a fucking, I don't know, like fucking glazy, my guy. Who would fucking do this shit? If you're not like crazy, you have to be crazy somewhere in your head. Somewhere in there. You're crazy.
It worked. Definitely did. But that shit.
I mean, shit.
Backfired. That shit backfired so motherfucking bad. So once I did the spell, I kind of forgot about it. Some months passed. I ended up meeting another guy. Now, this guy was just fucking terrible, you guys. Like, when I say, like, he forgot about it. Some months passed. I ended up meeting.
You forgot about putting your period blood in someone else's food?
Forgot about it. Some months.
On to the next nigga. You just gonna do that to the nigga?
Meeting another guy. Now this,
and to be honest, she probably got spared because from that situation, she probably got spared because her ancestors, you know, really took up for her. It be like that. It be like that. Unfortunately, it be like that.
Terrible, you guys. Like when I say like he, like I used to have dreams about like him being demonic and just like blood and demons and like some dark shit. That happened a lot. He convinced me to get rid of my familiar, which if you are a spiritual practitioner, you know, you have familiars. Mine was a black cat named Zena. He made me get rid of her. Yeah, after that, I lost my house. Well, not my house. I lost my car. Damn. Lost my goddamn job. Damn. They turned off my lights behind me, losing my job. I almost lost my house behind that. This man, I ended up getting sick, very, very sick with COVID because this is around like 2021.
That wasn't COVID, my baby.
What else? This man also gave me because he was sleeping around, cheating on me.
Oh no!
I got into a car crash because of this man. Literally everything that could have went wrong went fucking wrong. Okay, so when they say don't do a love spell, believe them. Okay, believe them because a lot of y'all too young. Now, am I gonna? And then I also became severely obsessed with that guy.
What happened to the previous nigga though? What happened to him, bro? Is he okay? Is he still is he alright?
But the other guy. But yeah, again,
wait, what she said?
The guy who did all this thing, but the other guy.
Wait, what?
But yes, with that guy. Not the guy who did all this thing, but the other guy.
The other guy.
But yeah, again, don't do a love spell, believe them, okay? I'm not gonna say I'm, very practice in the art, I might still do a fucking love spell. But at least now I know to have some type of form of protection.
Yeah, like I said, something's wrong with her. I ain't gonna lie. No offense, but offense, my nigga. Something's wrong with the bitch. Not a bitch. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But something's wrong with her, gang. What you mean? After all that, you'll do another one? You telling people not to do love spells? You'll do another one? Is that what you just said?
I not want to do that. Now I know practice in the art, I might still do a fucking love spell, but at least now.
Why? Okay, yeah. I don't know if I can finish this video, my nigga. Damn, bro.
Now I know to have some type of form of protection and to not want to do that on any and everybody, because some people are just narcissists. Some people are just not.
What does that make you for doing this shit in the first place? What does that make you? What does that make you?
Mental institution. Crazy. Bitch need straight jacket.
You the one doing the shit. Ain't nobody tell you to do the shit.
Good for you, and then you curse yourself with being stuck with
So
that
why
person.
would you might do it
So
again?
yeah, lesson learned.
Overall, the spell worked wonders. I would give it a 10 out of 10 because it is nothing greater than a bitch that don't believe in my magic being under my spell and proving that point to me every single motherfucking day.
Now, I hope we learned a few things today watching this video.
That nigga needs to be studied or some shit.
Because a lot of you are still going to do some of these things, and you're still going to be in my Etsy DMs asking me to unbind you, asking me to undo that love spell, asking me for protection work because you're scared of that picklehead boy you decided to cast a love spell on because you didn't know what you was doing. Now,
I'm probably gonna react to one more video of these love spell shits. But the moral of the story is to not do them.